This is exercise 5.3, question number 19. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, and 18 in the row next to it, and so on. Just look at the figure here. At the bottom row, they said 20 logs are there. Then in this row, there are 19 logs. In this row, there are 18 logs. In this way, the number of rows will keep on increasing till these 200 logs are not getting over. Okay. Now what they have asked us, in how many rows? So in how many rows the 200 logs placed, and how many logs are there in the top row? So these two things we need to find out. Okay. So what they said here, see once again here, 20 logs are here at this place, then 19, then 18. In this way, the number of rows will keep on increasing, but number of logs are keep on decreasing by 1 in each row. Okay, so here I'll write down first AP. So this AP is 20, then 19, then 18, and so on. So here I'll write down total number of logs. That means sum of all the logs, which is equal to 200. Then first term is 20. Then common difference is, see, second term minus the first term. So 19 minus 20, which comes as minus 1. Okay. Here I'll write down sum of n terms formula as n, which is equal to n by 2 inside the bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So here I'll just substitute the values here. 200 n by 2 inside the bracket 2, first term is 20 plus n we don't know, so n minus 1, d we know, which is minus 1, and here. See, this 2 I will send that side. So it is 400, which is equal to n inside the bracket 40. Now remember, this minus 1 is multiplying to this bracket. Okay, so minus 1 into n, which is what? Minus n. So minus n, minus 1 into minus 1, it is plus n. Sorry, plus 1. See here. Now this is n. This one is 41 minus n. We'll multiply it now. 41n minus n square. Okay. Now everything I will bring this side. So what happens, you see? This n square will come here. It will become plus. Okay. So n square minus 41n and already 400 this side. So sign will not get changed, which is equal to 0. Now product is 400 and sum is 41. How to split the middle term now? Just look here. 400 we have already, and then we will just write down the factors of it. Here we'll divide it by 2. So we get 200. Then 2 we get 100 here. Then 2 we get 50 here. Then 2 we get 25. Then 5, 5 and 5. We will just group these factors. 5 5s are 25 and this one is 16. 16 into 25, if you'll do, we get 400. And sum we get 41. Correct? So here I'll write down n square minus 25 n minus 16n plus 400. See here, which is equal to 0. So we'll take n common. N minus 25 minus 16. And then here in the bracket n minus 25. Remember, negative sign is outside. That's the reason this sign is changing. Okay. So which is equal to 0. So I'll write down n minus 16 in one bracket and here n minus 25 in the another bracket, which is equal to 0. Now here I'll compare every bracket with 0. So n minus 16, which is equal to 0, or n minus 25, which is equal to 0. So n which is equal to 16 and here n which is equal to 25. Correct? Now both the answers are positive answers. And it's not possible with 200 logs. So 16 rows are also possible and 25 rows are also possible with the given information. Correct. So here what we'll do, we'll try to find out the last term. So if I say if n which is equal to 16 and then the last term formula a n which is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So here a though we know which is 20 plus n. N means 16. Okay. So 16 rows. So n minus 1 means 15. 15 and d is minus 1. So we get here 20 minus 15 which comes as 5. And on the other side, here I'll just write. Now if n which is equal to 25, then we'll see what happens. Once again the same formula, a n, that means last term, a plus n minus 1 into d. So here I'll substitute the value once again, 20 plus n means what I said, 25. 25 minus 1 is 24 into minus 1. See what happens here, 20 minus 24, which comes as minus 4. Now minus 4 logs are there in the last row, which is not possible, right? So negative number of logs are not possible. So this value is invalid. Here, invalid value. Okay. So looking at this one, we can say that there are 16 rows. And in the last row, how many logs are there? 5 logs are there. Okay. So finally, we'll write down the answer. Therefore, number of rows which is equal to 16 and logs in the last row which is equal to 5. Correct? Question number 20. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meter from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meter apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. Now see here, this is the bucket. This one is the first potato, which is 5 meter away from the bucket. This is the second potato, which is 8 meters away from the bucket. This one is the third potato, which is 11 meter away from the bucket. And in this way, in a line, there are 10 potatoes. Okay. Now, a competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in it. And she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? Now here, first term, if I write down to pick up first potato and drop it in the bucket, the girl runs 10 meter distance. Then A2, second term. Now for the second potato, the girl has to run 8 meter this way and come back 8 meter. So in this way, 16 meter distance she has to cover. Now A3. To pick up the third potato, she has to run 11 meter this way and back 11 meter. So it is 22 meter. Correct? So in this way, she will pick up all the 10 potatoes. So here we will write down AP. First term is 10, second term is 16, third term is 22, and in this way the terms will keep on going on till 10 potatoes. It means that number of potatoes are 10. So number of terms are 10. Now looking at this AP, our first term is 10 and the common difference which is equal to A2 minus A1 which comes as 16 minus 10 which is equal to 6. Okay. Now with the help of this information, we'll find out the total distance. We will use the formula Sn, n by 2 inside the bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Here we'll substitute the value. N is 10. So S10, sum of 10 terms. 10 by 2. Inside the bracket 2, first term is 10. Now n minus 1. N means what? 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. And our common difference is 6. Now see here. We will reduce this one. 2 1s are and 2 5s are. This is 5. Inside the bracket this is 20 plus 54. Now this one is 5 into 74. As we multiply this 74 into 5, we get the answer as 370 meter. That means to pick up all the 10 potatoes, the girl has to run 370 meter distance, right?